Hey guys, welcome to our next video / all of a sudden podcast. If you're listening to this, then you get the full experience. But if you're on YouTube, then you get to watch us make this thing called whipped coffee or dalgonia coffee.
I
I have no idea.
Just kidding. I don't know.
It
All I know is
originated.
that jokes.
No,
go
sorry. It originated in South
you
Korea.
first. No.
It's known as the Greek frappe, and it's kind of been making waves around TikTok and social medias. So I thought,
Social medias.
let's give it a shot. So pretty much what you got to do is you're mixing 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons sugar, and 2 tablespoons of hot water.
Boiling water.
Mine's already in the cup, so.
Okay. So let's get started, guys.
Woo! All right. So
Is
how
there a
is y'all's?
specific order as to how it goes in?
From what I heard, it's the coffee.
Yeah, the
First.
dries and then the water, I believe.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to make it like a
so
froth.
mine looks like that.
So I actually got like.
Can someone tell me?
Yeah, so Dalila got a little head start. It's looking good. Yours is looking good.
Like you have to keep whisking it.
yeah,
You can't have to melt already.
it's supposed
You-
to have like a thick consistency.
You got to keep whisking
trust
until
me,
we
you
finish
gotta whisk
whisking.
it. Huh?
You got to keep whisking until we finish whisking.
Oh God.
Did someone say whiskey?
What's that?
I know I did. All right. Well, mine's
As you can see, we're all practicing social distancing, and we're doing this video remote. So hopefully it comes
Yeah.
out good for you guys.
Yeah, we're doing it using Zoom or whatever, which is what a lot of businesses and whatnot have been using lately. I know when I was talking to Jeremiah the other day, he was saying his daughter has to use it for school too.
Well, they're starting to.
Oh yeah,
issue
they're using it for classes.
Well, what?
Go ahead, Delilah.
What?
So
Oh, that they were starting to use it for classes.
Yeah, a
Like
lot of
I
my
know I have
friends
like
who
some
kids
teacher
don't-
friends and like what?
as you can see, it's a little
just
difficult.
It's typical voice chat thing where like someone starts talking and then it's like slightly delayed. So when another person starts talking, it's like,
Yeah,
no,
I think
wait,
that's what it
you.
is.
No, wait, you
It's the
first.
lag.
Yeah.
I think it even makes it worse because Christy and Dalila are using their iPhones, and the way it shows up on iPhone is you see who's talking. So if multiple people are talking, I think you just get the last person or the loudest person.
Yeah, that's right.
That is strong.
It has
Not
a
strong
very
enough.
chocolatey smell. It's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, It's almost like fudge, I guess.
What brand are you guys using?
I'm using Nescafe, the dark roast one.
Me too. I was gonna go with
Nescafe
Folgers,
Classico.
but what?
I got Nescafe Classico.
I have
Oh, yeah.
great value.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Joe.
That banquet on a budget.
We haven't done that in a while.
Hey, stay tuned, YouTube.
tuned.
Banquet on a budget. It's coming back.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
mine's
cool.
getting pretty thick right now.
Yeah.
I also like how you're mixing in a mug.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I have my little
Julie, you're
whisk.
mixing in a mug?
with a
How are you
little
whisking it? Are you like this?
My little whisk.
toothpick whisk.
Yeah. It works. It's frothing.
Are you doing this?
Huh?
like-
No.
Okay,
Can
can
you
I
hear
stop
it? Can
whisking
you hear it?
now since I got a head start on you guys?
Oh no.
Welcome to the ASMR section of the podcast.
No.
Can you hear the little sloshes?
Yes, and it's kind of concerning because there is so much dry stuff. I don't know how you can hear the wet
I
stuff.
kind of want to taste it. So,
Yeah, Julian, drink it. Drink it.
wow. Oh Jesus, that's strong. So okay, so mine's like a pretty, I guess, frothy thing now.
So you're pretty much going until it lightens up in color and it really gets a thick consistency.
Well, like I
Why
told
does
you,
this look
mine's
pretty?
there.
Yeah, like Dalila's is looking pretty good.
See?
It's hard to tell, being on webcam how thick it is. That's what she said. But yours is looking pretty solid, girl.
Alright, so then can I add milk now?
Yeah, so what you do is you're going to pour a glass of iced milk,
Nice.
It has to be iced?
preferably.
They said you could use either iced or hot. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be hot or cold, but a lot of people are preferring it iced coffee or iced milk.
And so I have to put ice and milk?
I'm concerned that my mixer isn't like fully getting.
Mixing it enough.
Yeah, it's not aerating it. Let me just take it old school.
Oh,
That's what I'm doing too, like the old school when you'd make your omelet.
I'm not
What's
fancy
up?
enough to make omelets. I just crack that shit and mix it with a spatula.
Well, that's supposedly how you're supposed to make it, apparently. I was like, God damn, I've known this the wrong way this whole time.
does it say how much milk though?
I think it said like,
It's pretty much your preference, like how much coffee you're going to put to your milk. You just want to leave a lip in your milk so that way you can add the coffee to the top. About 3/4 of that cup. If you're going to fill that cup, about 3/4. Then you add the
Because I'm
coffee to
getting
the
a
top.
smaller cup.
I'm so surprised it's actually like increasing in volume.
yeah, mine
So
too. Like, it
heavy.
looks like, I don't know, thick. Stack.
She looking thick right now. Mm.
Okay, so I got a smaller cup because, yeah.
Nice,
Oops.
nice. You already
Oh,
done,
boy.
Delilah?
Yeah, like mine's good. I just need to add the milk and the ice or whatever.
So I thought this was a special episode. We're coming back to all of a sudden after a 3-month break.
About a month. It's a little over a month.
Yeah, about 2 months. Our first video in a little
probably
bit.
about 2 months.
I decided to address Deck to the Nines just for our special viewers and listeners.
Dress deck to 9. So yeah, how are you guys' Corona I
Quarantine?
guess, quarantine going?
Well, it's good. My mom and I are going to start going for walks. We started yesterday, so we're going to go almost every day, as long as weather permits. Maybe lose my tummy. I don't know. I got sick within the first week.
Oh, you got the Rona?
No, I just had a throat infection.
Because I came down with something too.
What?
The
I
blues.
came down with the
Came down with
Sick.
the sickness?
yeah.
Shut up,
Case
baby.
of Rona.
So then we have to pour this thing into our thingy.
You guys froze.
Babe,
Ah,
Hello.
we have to pour the mixture into the coffee, into the milk.
yeah, but hold on. Save it.
Delilah, you're like speeding past all of us.
Yeah,
Well, I started before you guys.
I know, but it's a video.
Well, this is gonna take a while. Alright, I'll wait. I'm waiting. I'm eating.
And I think we lost Julian.
I'd really Julian.
There he is.
What happened?
Guess what mine's looking like?
I
Oh,
came
yours is
down with
looking good.
You see,
Huh?
you see it?
Here's mine. It's getting there. I'm getting that lighter color.
Well, anyway, before I got disconnected, I was saying I came down with a sick case of Corona.
For real? Oh my god.
I went to the store, I went to Walmart
For
after
the
work, and I told
audio.
Carlos, I'm like, Carlos, I came down with something. He's like, what? I'm like, I got the Rona. And he didn't fucking funny. And I was like, that was a joke wasted and like $3.
for the audio listeners, they pulled up Corona, the beer.
It was a giant Corona.
Mine
Oh,
is
did you
the
hear they're stopping
Fresco
production
brand.
of it?
What was that?
That they're stopping production of it.
Oh, for real?
Oh, really? You know what? I feel like it's damaged the brand so much that they can't recover at this point. Because I feel like a lot of people think that it's synonymous with the disease or with the virus itself.
Yeah,
So
like I mean,
there's a group of people who actually believe that you get the coronavirus from the corona beer.
Do you
Yeah,
think
there's
this
a lot
calls
of
for a rebrand? Like as soon as all this is over, do you think Corona is coming back with a different?
Well, look at this.
Well-
Look at this.
well, see, the thing is,
Do you see how tiny the Corona is?
compared to
You
before.
don't see Corona. You see Refresca, and then you look in, and there's little tiny Corona.
Well,
But
like,
that was
the thing is,
produced
like, you wanna
before.
know what sucks? Okay, wait. You want to know what sucks though? Is
What?
that the people who make like the company or whatever that make Corona, like beer, they make Modelo, they make a whole bunch of other stuff, like a lot of Mexican beer, right?
All.
So the thing is that since they're stopping production on Coronas, it's slowing down the production for Modelos and stuff. Like it's just that whole company just took a hit.
Well, where is
Nah.
it located though? I feel like that has a lot to do with it. Like for instance, if you had a production plant in New York, of course everything's gonna shut down. So geographically, like where are they located? Their main producer.
I have no idea. I'm assuming, I don't know, somewhere down in Mexico.
This is what mine looks like as an update. It looks pretty.
And
Oh, yours
yours
looks
looks
like
like
that.
yours looks like a paste. Mine looks like
yours is
really
looking a whole lot better.
frothy water.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Chrissy's and mine look exactly the same.
I'm probably not
Yeah.
adding enough or something.
Mine's still pretty watery, so it's not
Watery.
quite there yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Christy's got that.
Yeah, this shit
Thickness.
has it's formed peaks almost.
Yeah, see, like mine and Chrissy's is the same, exactly the same.
It looks like
Is
peanut butter.
that just from whisking, or is that like?
Yeah, dude, this is just hand motion. Check this out. Those
Yeah,
RPMs
but, like,
are
you guys-
impressive.
Christy's been training for this all her life.
You see this arm? It's only buffed from one side. from whisking.
Woo! So dress to impress sucks when you live in El Paso and it's feels like 80 degrees in my house.
Oh yeah, it's definitely getting hot in here with all the lighting that I have. All
You have a
the
lot of lighting
light
in there?
fixtures. Yeah, I got my little ring and got all my lights going, so that way my camera looks better.
Well, see, I have like natural lighting, and the windows are open, and then I have like kitchen light.
I only have my window.
I learned.
I don't wanna raise the
so
electricity
you got
bill.
that
Yeah.
natural. What the hell do they call it? I don't know. That natural lighting.
Check
I
this
don't know.
out. Look at this is how thick it's become.
Oh, no, that's
Mine
good.
is
Yeah, Christy's
so
on the money
really
right there.
runny. Mine is like so runny. I don't know what the.
I'll wait for you guys. I'll keep going until you're done.
I don't know what it is. What did I like? Add
Good.
too much water? I added like 2 teaspoons of water. 2
Your coffee's
teaspoons.
expired. Just kidding.
I literally just bought it. Like
Wait,
Again,
you said teaspoon? You were
No, it was
add
supposed to be
tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
It was supposed to
well,
be
either
2
way, if it's 2 teaspoon, 2 teaspoon, 2 teaspoon, it's the same thing, isn't it?
No,
mathematically?
tablespoon is bigger than a teaspoon.
Yes, but if you're using the same amount, fractured wise, wouldn't it still be the same? I just have less, but it would still be the same outcome.
Okay, why is it not working?
I don't know because I'm not whisking right. I don't know. But okay, so you get me right. If it's 2 tablespoon water, 2 tablespoon coffee, 2 tablespoon sugar, then it should still work out as 2
Ratio-wise,
teaspoon
you're
water.
right.
Yes.
Based upon ratios, you're correct.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's
I
just
don't
your
know.
whisking technique and the fact that you're using a mug instead of an actual mixing bowl.
You know what?
Could that
That's
be
true.
it?
If you use a wider bowl, it'll allow for more air to get inside of the mixture. So if you use a wider bowl with a lot of space for air, you can go ahead and make that into a froth really easily.
All right, let me get a bowl.
Well, if it's 2 teaspoons, it's already coating the side.
So mine's getting in that lighter color, but still not quite as thick as Christy's and Dalila's.
It's fucking thick, baby.
Damn.
Thick. You know, I saw this. I don't have TikTok. I'm not bored enough to download it yet. But I think I saw this on Snapchat. Yeah, they were doing a story on it, like on Tasty, and they came up with the recipe or whatever, and they put it on their story. And I've been so interested in trying it, and even though I have all the freaking time in the world, I have not come around to doing it. So
Yeah, I'm
Thanks
the
for
same.
advising.
Like I see a bunch of well, I don't have TikTok, but surprisingly it's made it out of TikTok, and like you said, it's on Snapchat. I saw it on Twitter, on Facebook.
Yep.
So I thought coffee lovers, well, we got, you know, the three best right here, and Delilah.
Delilah's not a coffee lover.
She'll enjoy a nice cup of coffee, but she really likes, you know, the sweeter stuff.
The teas.
Oh, so you're a tea girl.
Mm-hmm.
So you like leaf water? Just kidding.
So you like leaf water.
Well, like you want to know what's actually pretty good? The white tea guava over there at Starbucks. That thing is pretty legit. It's pretty good.
You
You
like
know, I
bubble tea?
honestly haven't gone to Starbucks to try any teas other than the passion fruit one, and that one was like okay for passion
Yeah.
fruit.
I actually
No,
have the
the-
exact same one.
The guava one tastes way better than the passion fruit. You can ask Joe. I let him try it.
Yeah,
I wasn't
the
a
only
big
time
fan of the passion fruit.
I'll get the teas is when she has them, and she'll let me have a sip, and even that, it's real sweet. They're way too sweet.
Well, I had a friend who actually asked the people at Starbucks, like, how do you make this? And she's not looking for like trade secrets or anything. She's looking for like ingredients.
She's
And a
like,
lot of
what
the teas-
exactly do you do?
Yeah, a lot of the teas that they make, they're made from concentrate, right? So they can pour like a big amount of it, and because it's so concentrated, it comes out too sweet. Which I don't know. It's I don't know if you can actually say it's brewed, but I don't work at Starbucks, so what do I know?
I mean, it would
I've
make
gone
sense.
a couple
Okay, can I
times.
stop whiskey now?
No,
It's-
Delilah.
I've gone a couple times recently, but mostly during work. Well, actually, only during work. I just stopped by, especially because now the line.
No,
is
you've
so
gone with us
less.
after work.
Huh?
I was
What's
gonna say, good, Julian. I'm glad
You've
you
gone
only go
after
during
work.
your work.
We've seen you there after work.
Non-essential travel is not permitted. Okay, Starbucks
So-
is non-essential.
Starbucks is non-essential.
That's
It's
right.
cool. I tip them, so I don't know.
You know, but they are essential, I guess. How do they justify them being essential during like this pandemic, right?
I guess because it's just like food and I don't know, just like food and beverage.
Yeah, I
'Cause
guess.
like Coca-Cola, I'm still essential, but it's like I'm Coke. I'm not water. But I guess what makes it essential is that we serve water as well. So I don't know.
I feel like a
Also,
lot of companies are trying to really write this out and like find loopholes to find themselves essential.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Like, I'm seeing a lot of stories about people who are just trying to find any way to stay in business.
Exactly. Like, for instance, a furniture store. What business do they have being essential right now? Like, how do you justify that to the government? Like, we're essential because you need lawn chairs. In the
You're gonna
spring.
stay home. You gotta have something to sit on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
that's true.
How do they justify that?
I guess that would be the only way is just like, oh, well, you know what it could be? Repairs. Like, say you buy something and then like it breaks. So maybe they have like a repair team. I don't know.
Well, car washes are still open too.
They consider those under
Oh, we lost Christy.
I think just mechanical or auto, and they deem auto essential.
So I have a question for you guys. Like, hold on, let me just decline this call. Okay. What have you done during this quarantine to like improve yourself, right? Because the world literally stops for you to think about what you're doing and reassess what you want, and like what have you done to come out of the quarantine like as a better person, or like
Sorry.
you know, just someone with new ideas. You know what I mean?
I've just been reading a lot more, and
That's cool. Right on.
Yeah, I've been working on like a few other projects as like I don't know if you guys follow the Instagram or whatnot, but like with the keychain and everything, you know, $5.
Oh, yeah.
Get yours.
Thanks.
No, just kidding. But also, I've been reconnecting with like a lot more people. It's kind of interesting how everything shutting down kind of like makes things more important, if that makes sense. Like
Well, yeah,
it really
social
gives you
interaction.
perspective.
Well, like yesterday was a full-on family day, like, and we haven't had something like that where it was just like the four of us in a while, and I really enjoyed that. Like, I really, really enjoyed my time like that.
I'd say it's I mean, I'm a big Call of Duty player, and just like this past weekend, it's let me play Call of Duty with a bunch of guys I haven't talked to in a while, and I think that was just cool. Like spending a good few hours playing with some guys you never talked to.
Well, you
It
also
really
made
makes
some
you
British
appreciate like
friends,
friendships,
didn't
you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You also
Like,
made some. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Julie.
I was gonna tell Joe, like you also made some British friends, didn't you?
Oh yeah, through Call of Duty when my real friends don't have time to play Call of Duty, I'll play with British people.
Well, I'm sorry that we're all essential. All right, Joe. I'm sorry.
I'm not essential, but he doesn't play with me because I don't have a PlayStation.
Get a Switch, Delilah. Get Animal Crossing.
Well, I want the freaking Switch, but I don't have money for that right now.
Julian, my birthday. Give me a Switch.
Yeah, okay.
Does my guy look like Donald Trump? Look at him.
Dude,
He's
how is
orange
yours so
and pasty.
creamy? Like mine
He
is
has
like
bad hair.
froth. I don't know. Yours is creamy too, Joe?
Look at him.
Look at that. No drip. No drip on that.
How in the ass? How in the
Because you're using 2 of each. You're using 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons.
And if you guys could just see the little whisk that Julian thought was gonna do it.
that thing is meant for quail eggs, my guy.
So should I get a bigger whisk? I don't know.
Yes,
Oh
and put
my!
more.
Put more? I've been pouring like more and more coffee as I go. So this thing's gonna be like hella bitter. It's gonna be hella bitter.
Did you buy whipped cream for this?
Huh?
Did you buy whipped cream for this?
I was going to.
Oh, okay, I'm like, you should just add it in at this point.
I would have. I
Just
would
pretend
have.
thick. You'll have that Kylie Jenner thick.
I mean, look, if I take off the water, like there's still like that little runny. I don't know.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yours looks like pudding.
Mhm. Yours looks
Yeah,
like
mine's
the way
looks like-
mine looked 10 minutes ago.
Looks like.
Babe, are you even whisking anymore?
No, mine is good. I think I'm ready for pouring.
Dude,
All
my
right, well, you
arm.
guys go ahead and do that. I'll just like give up.
So, we're
Okay,
just supposed to scoop it and
okay,
then mix
so-
it into our milk?
Yeah, so next what you're gonna want to do, Julian, you follow along, you do it too. And you'll just do it with how yours came out.
Yeah, the same almond milk. I got Great Value.
I stay loyal to Great Value, not sponsored, but hey, hit me up.
Almond milk? You're so fancy.
So we just pour it into what?
Okay, so you just pour your almond milk or regular milk, whatever suits you. Just pour it into your glass.
You have to pour the milk first. I thought it was the.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the milk first.
Okay, so you're making it like what is it, macchiato or what's the other one?
It,
Frappuccino.
it's
It all
the
depends on how you pour your milk.
the Greek frappe.
Ah, so it's a frap. Okay.
I forgot to get my ice, so I'm gonna go get ice for my milk.
My milk is really cold, so I'm just gonna go straight milk.
Okay, and then what? We just kind of scoop this mixture and put it in there, or what?
Yeah, make it look fancy. Treat yourself, Delilah. It's Monday during a quarantine.
So I got the littlest ice cubes, but
I think I'm gonna go for the route. I frosted a little tiny old-fashioned glass, and because it's midday, during my day off. I'm gonna make it into a cocktail. So
Nice.
I'm adding half and half in Bailey's with a little bit of Jameson, kind of like an Irish coffee sort of thing. And so I'll be adding the coffee foam on top just to start my evening. Oh, she's looking cute. Honey, yes.
Look at mine. It's got that.
Oh, nice layering. Look at that
Yeah.
gradient. Now you just make it your foam going. What's going
I
on?
know. I should have just bought the whipped cream and just.
No, that would be cheating.
That would be.
All right, check this.
And I got my Bentley's. Not sponsored, but there we go.
I made a shit ton of dishes making this one drink, but I
Me
hope
too.
it's freaking worth it. I'm
It's
looking at my
quarantine.
thing
You
and
have
I'm like,
nothing else to do. You make yourself a nice cup of coffee.
no, Joe, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
So here's how you look. Like a blob of peanut butter on top of a bunch of milk.
I'm gonna try to scoop all of the volume of this. So if you
Same.
look, it's a really big amount compared to my hands. It's quite large. And then so I have my little drink, and we just go ahead and like slather this in. Oh no, I spilled it! It's too
Oh, yours
much.
looks good, man.
Let me just make these little wrinkles because you know how like in food shows they do this to like they make look at that.
Oh wow,
Ooh, that looks lovely.
dude, add some
Ew.
chocolate shavings to that.
You know what, Julia? Don't tempt me because I might.
All right,
That actually
so
sounds really good.
Everyone show theirs.
mine's starting to infuse, but it
Mine's
looks
starting to like, we came out weird. You not want to try this? It's just like blobs of like peanut butter. Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa! So I mixed mine, and it made my milk insanely thick.
Are you supposed to mix it right now?
No, but I do.
I'm like, if you're supposed to mix this, I didn't think it through because I don't think a spoon can get through like this amount of stuff.
I accidentally spilled it into a bowl of eggs.
All right, so as you can see, mine is basically chocolate milk at this point. I will now taste it.
I don't want to taste this.
You don't want to taste it?
No, it looks gross.
Girl, I can't wait to get into mine.
Yeah, yours looks good actually. What the? Oh, what the
Look,
hell?
what if I make it into like the Nightmare Before Christmas? Like, hold on, let me make a little peek. Do you see that?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, you go a little more to your.
Or like that Dairy Queen, you know what I mean? Like just
Tip
Turn
it over.
Oh,
Turn it
don't
over.
Turn it over. Don't turn it over because there's milk in there.
you're right, I can't. Something like that.
It looks
Or
yours
like the
looks
Grinch.
weird.
Yeah, like the Grinch.
Oh my god, this looks gross.
I can't do this. I need a straw. I put
Alright.
too much, my guy. Too much.
Cheers.
Well, I was waiting for everyone to cheers. I
Cheers.
just wanted to take a sip.
Ew. Ew.
Y'all are so fancy.
Nope.
Mine
Nope.
tastes
Nope.
kind of like
Nope.
coffee.
I'm taking Gatorade.
That is really good. That is really good.
Mine tastes like toffee.
Yeah, mine tastes really good. Tastes more like Bailey's, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Mine tastes like Fenley's.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If
Yeah.
you're listening to our podcast, you're gonna hear me add some more Knob Creek to mine. We're
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
would.
continue the chat, and you get the full experience of us whisking and talking while we were making our beverage.
Full
listen to our
experience.
podcast. Watch our next video. Thank you to Christy and Dalila for joining us on this one.
This is
Julian
not-
mentioned
You're welcome.
you
It was a
have new
pleasure.
keychains.
Yes, I do have new keychains. Just send me a DM either to the All of a Sudden page or the my page, whatever. I have PayPal set up. I'm trying to set something up for like the actual business, but there was a lot of other stuff. So for now, we'll just do it through that route. But please do so, guys. It helps support the show. That way we get more equipment or more merch or whatever. So yeah.
So keep supporting us, guys. Like Julian said, hit us up on All of a Sudden Pod on Instagram, and pick yourself up a keychain. Thank you guys for watching.
Delilah, don't look so disgusted.
Oh yeah. So why don't you tell your horror stories with the?
Oh gosh, yeah. So let's
Oh,
freaking get into that. So yeah, while we're dealing with quarantine and stuff, I mean, pretty much the only way to, or one of the ways to get food now is to just get delivery. And up until recently, where I live in Horizon is really far out here, and most delivery people won't come out to me. The only people who come out to me are DoorDash. And it first started off with me sending a delivery over to Delilah because I wanted to surprise her with some McDonald's. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna send her some nuggets, let her, we're not able to stay together because we're all doing quarantine. And immediately everything is going well. They say, okay, your order's placed, it's confirmed, we're sending it. I get the notification saying your order was delivered, only to find out that the order never showed up.
For starters, it wasn't even in your location.
No,
right?
that was me sending food over to Delilah, so that way she
and
can
there's
have
a
food to eat.
McDonald's literally like 5 minutes away.
Mhm.
Dude, the guy just secured the bag and he took off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He got
He was
paid
like-
and he got free McDonald's.
That's exactly what I believe happened, because I went to customer support but immediately after that happened, and I told them, hey, your guy didn't give us any food, and he's like, oh well, he wrote in that he just missed you guys. So
Damn, that guy was.
that's just a way for him to stay out of trouble and to keep the food.
Yeah, what a jerk.
So for
Yeah, okay. And that wasn't the only thing. The day before the lockdown happened, Joe was over here at the house and we were hanging out, and he really wanted Chipotle, and we were on our way to over there, so because he was gonna order it on the app, and he's like, "Oh, well, Chipotle has free delivery," so he was just like, "All right, cool." So we went back to my house. He put in the order, whatever, and it was supposed to get there at like 2 something. So we're waiting, and then I guess Joe looked at it again, and it said, "Oh no, 3 something." So we're like, "Oh, well, it's one or the other. Yeah, either way, we're home, And nothing. It never showed up. The order was canceled. They still charged him.
the order was canceled like 2 or 3 hours later, and it's not. I mean, it's kind of a DoorDash story too, because Chipotle's delivery is powered through DoorDash. So they give you the info on your DoorDash driver. I called the number that they provided me, only to find out that that's not his number.
Ooh, he done bamboozled you.
Yeah. So those
Yeah,
are my
that was-
2 experiences with freaking
Took that
DoorDash.
money and took that Chipotle.
All right, okay. Like, I know there's a horror story, but let's talk about how I sent you 40 nuggets. That's not a horror story.
Christy with the clutch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so as Joe said earlier, he plays a lot of Call of Duty, so obviously like sometimes we play with him. And Christy invited everyone to a challenge of whoever got, what was it, the most kills or the
Top
most
of the leaderboard, I believe, right?
top of the leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever just wins, right? You guys make your own terms, you debate it. But whoever wins the challenge gets chicken nuggets, because for some reason all y'all had the same urge to eat chicken nuggets that day. I don't know. And so
It was like
Joe was actually the winner of it. He won 40 nuggets and a sweet tea. And you know what? I feel like that was a really cool thing, because it almost makes the game a little bit more interesting. It's not just talking to your friends, but also putting something at stake. And let me say, I don't know if it's just the Indian genes in me, but when something's at risk, it makes it a little bit more fun, no?
I mean, everyone saw it on that game. I think I ended up with like 40 kills. Ended up with maybe 13 deaths.
Dude, everyone stepped up their game for the Nuggets. I was like, hold on, this can be the new form of currency. In a world where Trump injected trillions of dollars into the stock market and it's going to inflate, we're going to start resorting to chicken nuggets as like a form of some sort of currency.
Chicken nuggets and toilet paper.
Nuggets are amazing. I love nuggets.
So as you guys saw earlier, I had showed like I guess a case of Corona. This is the first time I'm ever trying that, but freaking Corona Refresca.
Well, you're supporting the company when their name has been dragged through the mud because of the virus.
You're still
So-
supporting when nobody else will.
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
I have a
what's
question.
interesting-
Does anybody know why it's called? Wait, sorry. Does anybody know why it's called Corona?
Yeah, because of the shape of the virus itself, it makes like little crowns.
Oh,
Corona.
okay.
That's what I know.
I don't know, but
Huh?
okay. I can't verify that. I don't know. But I believe you. It does look like a little cute.
I have to cite my sources.
Oh,
Little
according
word
to
cited
Wikipedia.
attach it to the I don't know, what is it, thumbnail or whatever.
Exactly.
But as far as I know, that's why they call it Corona, is because the little viruses, their little like tentacle things look like crowns. I don't know.
So I don't know if you've seen, but like Mexico has, they started a new character called, what is it called? Cistancia, Distancia, or something. I forgot. But they're combating Corona using like characters to promote social distancing. But at the same time, I'm seeing these posts where they're literally not giving a making piñatas out of like Corona shaped these piñatas with a Chinese hat and sling dice.
Oh,
and a
yeah.
Oh, that's ugly.
Have you seen
Yeah.
them?
Yeah,
No.
I saw it on Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has the like the stereotypical racial
Guys.
Chinese face on
Like
it.
slant
It has the
ties.
traditional straw hat, and it's just on a coronavirus cell.
Oh, so like a little green orb with like little
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
ugly.
No, I actually think talking about like all that, like I mean, I was reading a story. I can't remember exactly from where in the U.S., but like the hate crimes over Chinese Americans is picking up. They stabbed a toddler, a 2-year-old toddler, in the family at Walmart.
Yeah.
Over toilet paper or over what?
No,
No,
just
because
because
they're
they were
Chinese American.
Asian.
There's definitely like a lot of I don't know, it definitely like brings out like the ugliness in people.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh, like there was a post I saw. Okay, do you remember in The Dark Knight, you know how Joker makes that comment, that little joke, where he says they play nice or whatever, this and that, blah, 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 but when catastrophe strikes, then the true colors show?
Oh yeah, you're talking about the movie, the
Yeah.
one with Christian Bale,
And
right?
then he was
Okay.
like, "How did I get these scars?"
Well, but the thing is,
Actually, Joe, wanna know how I got
Joker has
these
a point
scars.
there. Like, I mean, everybody's playing nice, everybody's talking about equality or whatever, and that everybody should be accepted. This pandemic hits and everybody is shot to hell.
yeah, that's why a lot of people are saying like, what happened to EP Strong and all that.
Well,
But yeah,
I'm still about EP Strong. I mean, yeah, it brings out the ugly in people. We just gotta stay positive. Like that's what I tell Delilah all the time. Is it's a really crummy situation, but you just gotta look at whatever light you can. So like little things like this, where I get to make coffee with you guys. This is
I'm
a
never
really
making
cool
that
moment.
again.
You know, but even yeah, for real, like thank you so much for inviting, because this is the first time I've seen your guys' faces since you come over before the pandemic happened.
Mhm.
That
oh, that
is
was
true.
literally like the week before too. That was
Yeah,
Literally,
right
like,
before the
It was,
lockdown.
I was
it was like
thinking
our
about
last
it.
little hurrah before this happened.
I was thinking about that the other day. It was actually like really I guess like not eye opening or I guess heartwarming, but it was like that idea. I started thinking about like, man, the last restaurant I got to sit in was like a Burger King. Like the last time I got to see my friends was like at Chrissy's house. The last time,
Yeah.
all that other stuff. You know, it was just, I was like, wow, like when you really sit and think about like stuff like that, it's, I don't know, it's
I think-
somber, but like, I don't know. I was glad that it was at least with you guys. And then I kind of wish that my last time dining out was like at a better restaurant, but yeah.
So tell me, what are you most excited about when this quarantine is over? Where are you gonna go? Who are you gonna be with? And like, what's the thing that you're looking forward to the most?
With
We
Joe
all go and grab a beer?
Smurfy?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what'd you
Once
say?
Delilah's like grand quarantine over is Tropical Cafe.
And what are you
Why
getting at
Tropical
Tropical Cafe?
The freaking beach bum with dark chocolate.
Oh
It's
yeah, that's
actually
pretty
pretty good.
good. Yeah.
No, I'm
I would-
excited to. I'm
I'm
excited
definitely
to.
excited.
I will be with Joe.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm definitely excited to go see a movie again, like
That
in
was-
an actual theater.
Yeah, that was that was what I was gonna say. Like,
Yes, me
I look
too.
forward to going to the theater.
I kind of
Well-
regret because right before they shut down, there was like that they usually do like discount Tuesdays, and I was going to go, but that Tuesday they had either movies I had either already seen or movies I wasn't really interested in. But thinking back on it, I was like, man, I should have just went because I could have gotten that extra little experience.
You know, one thing I'm pretty excited about doing is like, I live down the street from my parents, like you guys know, and it's like I haven't been able. I see them pass by, but because of the workplace I work in, it's a very high capacity, like a very highly populated area. So like on average, every day I'm working with about 300 people in a shared space, right? So there's been rumors of like people going home with fevers and like things happening, and we don't know anything about it. So one thing I'm excited to go do is like actually go to my parents' house,
Mhm.
like walk in there without having to worry about whether or not I'm infecting them. And then two, like you guys said, is going to the theater is like, I don't know, I've been wanting to go drink a beer, have some endless popcorn at Alamo, and watch a good movie. I'm gonna be very pissed if there's no good movies when it's out. Like if we get out of quarantine and there's no good movies, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, at the rate that this is going with the lockdown and the cases rising here in town, like, I mean, honestly, this thing is not going to let up till like late May, maybe early June.
You think May? I think it's gonna end maybe like November.
That's what I
With
hear.
the way social distancing is right now, there's a lot of people that are not taking it seriously. So when you go to the grocery stores, people are literally within your 6 feet bubble zone.
Yeah.
And I was telling Joe before this conversation, there was a guy who crossed my path and coughed without realizing it. And I'm like holding my breath, trying not to like breathe it in.
Oh, so you're doing that? You do that too, like where you walk past somebody and you kind of like instinctively like hold your breath. In a
Yeah.
sense?
I do that a
I
lot.
hold my breath when I pass people.
Freaking I was just saying right now also when I went to go pick up the coffee before we shot our video, I was in the checkout line and they have the markers, 6 feet
Yeah.
6 feet apart.
Yep.
Some guy is coming, he's just crowding me.
Yep.
The
Mhm.
marker is clearly on the floor, but he's
Did you go to Walmart too?
yes sir.
Same exact thing happened to me. I gave my distance with the lady in front of me, and then I hear this like cart behind me, and I'm like, okay, well he's back there, and then he just starts inching more and more, and he puts his stuff like on top of the thing, so then it's like basically like breathing on me. I'm like, dude, back the fuck up. Like, I don't know.
How do
Yeah.
you think it's gonna change after? Like, do you feel different yourself that you think once it's all over, you're gonna start doing things differently? Like for me,
Honestly,
it's,
no. I think people are gonna go. I mean, in general, when you talk about it generally, everybody's gonna go back to the same thing that they were. Everybody, whether you do it intentionally or not, it's gonna go back to what it was.
I disagree because I feel like now it's so ingrained in my mind. Like at work, I have to practice aseptic technique, which means like there's no transfer of bacteria from A to B. And I find myself integrating my social life with my work life by implementing this practice. And like, for instance, when I go out to the store, I'm implementing this practice and it becomes work where I'm like, I have to be conscious of every single item I touch. And like, as far as protecting myself and the people around me, like I'm constantly looking at what I'm doing and what I'm walking and what I'm touching and what I'm looking at and who's around me. And it's almost tiring to go to the store because all my sensory like inputs are being overloaded by amounts of information that I cannot process because I can't control them. And I feel like when this is over, it's going to continue. I'm going to be completely conscious of like, what am I touching? And it's going to freak me out because this pandemic is not going to last just until May. It's not going to last until June. It's going to continue because people can't practice social distancing correctly. And there's going to be outbreaks, and there's going to be like points of time where there's going to be mini
second wave?
like pandemics. Yeah, little waves. In fact, China is actually going through its second wave right now because of the let up of the social distancing. So I think America is going to experience the same thing later on.
What's kind of like messing with me a little bit too is so I when I watch TV and I see people touching their face, it bugs me. Even though, you know, the show was recorded 3 years ago or 4 years ago, seeing people touch their face now really bugs me because it's just like, no, don't touch that. It's dirty.
Yeah, I agree.
But you really start to notice how much you yourself touch your face. Like I feel like I do this a lot. I always do this, and I feel like I get real close. And I think that's just gonna stick with me.
I think it's more than just your face too, because with work, like I've been noticing like just how many times I touch a doorknob, just how many times I touch a Coke bottle, how many times I touch somebody's hand, or how many times somebody wants to shake hands or high five or fist bump or something. And it's like just seeing or being more aware of that makes you realize like just how fast things can spread from like one thing to another. Like how
and you're so right about that, because like in our culture, for instance, Hispanic, it's very customary to approach people with a kiss and say hello to them. And upon business meetings, like you can shake hands and stuff. But the thing is that now we're trying to keep our distance. And I feel like that's always going to be in the back of our mind when you go into your tia and give her a kiss on the cheek. Like you're going to be thinking about this time where you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And it was also it's interesting seeing people like walking around with like gloves and like masks and stuff too, because like even with that protection or added little protection, like they're still making these same little mistakes. Like this morning, this one manager that I was working with, he was gloves, and instantly like he went for like a high five, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna touch your gloved up high five. Like you're cleaning and all that shit. Like it's one thing to like high five like hand to hand, I could just wash after, but like that he's wearing a glove for a reason, and there's supposed to be like, I don't know, like germs.
That's for his protection though. Like you
can wash. You know what's bothering me though? You want to know what's bothering me is all the people who are wearing those gloves, those masks, or whatever, just for a video or just for a picture, and then they toss it away. You're just seriously?
I saw a couple of like discarded masks on the floor at Walmart right now. Yeah, there's like 3 that I saw. You saw them?
Yeah,
like literally right by the door too. I was like, dude, that's gross. Like, what the hell? I don't know. And then one of our you guys know April, right? She had posted like a picture, and it was like this dude who like fished out like several freaking discarded masks or whatever, and I was like, dude, what? That's disgusting. Like, I don't know. You really
or like the little like social whatevers on like Instagram or whatever they're doing, where they're turning those masks into like freaking bikinis, and you're just like,
that's a waste.
Somebody can use those.
That's a waste because like Julian said, you can use those. There's people on the front lines right now fighting the pandemic like tooth and nail. Yeah, who could be using that? And there's such a deficit. There's such a shortage that seeing people just completely use them up and discard them like so mindlessly it's pretty enraging, because that could have been someone's, protection from the virus. And I have a lot of first responders on my family. I have a lot of nurses and doctors and stuff like that. And it's pretty enraging knowing that, the CDC is on such a shortage where they're recommending people to use bandanas as a face mask. Like, how is that going to be any sort of protection to mitigate against contamination? Like, that's not acceptable. It's not.
I think part of the reason I think is they're saying that, or they're using that as like a, hey guys, instead of using these masks, why don't you use this instead? Kind of like a deferment method, as well as at work. I noticed Circle K started doing it first. They started implementing like these little plastic covers, like barriers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Albertsons has that too.
Yeah, and it's smart. It's actually really interesting. I was like, man, you know what? They should have utilized these things a long time ago, because when you're cashier, you're up like face to face with someone, and they're like literally like you're just breathing in each other's like faces.
Oh,
Airspace.
trust me, I know. And then you
Yeah.
have those people who want to reach over, and you're just like, no, like, dude, my bubble, back off.
Yeah.
Like, I was a
You know?
cashier at Big Five, and obviously that was before this pandemic. But even then, you're really uncomfortable when somebody's like this freaking close to you, and you're just like, dude, like my bubble.
Or when their breasts stank. Just
Oh
kidding.
yes,
But-
there's a lot of old
Dude.
people who eat garlic.
If you can smell their breath, you're way too close. Like whether it's a pandemic or not, that's way too freaking close.
But it was pretty interesting too, because one of the cashiers was saying like at first she was like, oh my god, like this is a bit much, don't you think? But then during the end of her shift, as she was starting to like clean stuff down, she noticed like on the little plastic cover just how like wet it was from like the spit, I guess, from when you talk, because you might not see it or you might not notice it, but even as I'm talking right now, like I'm still like projecting little droplets. We all
Oh, yeah.
are, like, yeah.
For sure.
So it was pretty eye-opening for her, and I was like, man, you know what? Yeah, it's true. Like, they should implement this everywhere, and I've been seeing them store by store, kind of starting to do it. And now Delilah just told me Albertsons is doing it now too. So it's pretty interesting. I wonder if people are gonna start using like those face shields. But yeah.
Some people are.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to.
Yeah, I've seen
I've
some
seen
posts where
some
like some people
local
are wearing those
people
things.
3D printing and donating them.
Have you guys heard about that one story where these two dudes started making like ventilator pieces for while using a 3D printer to make ventilator pieces, because
Were they from
actual
Utah or were they
ventilator-
from Austin?
I don't remember. I don't know. I think it was in Texas, or I think it was New York actually. But they were making little pieces because the actual ventilator pieces are so expensive and so, I guess, in high demand right now that it's hard to get them. So they just started
Mhm.
like kind of 3D making them, and it took a couple of tries because obviously like you can't just like, you know, design a random piece. You have to actually make. There's a reason why there's little divots and all those other little bullshit. But yeah,
Yeah,
it
they're
was pretty
just
cool. It was
Exactly.
interesting to see how people come together in this.
Okay. Well, I think it's about time we wrap this episode up. We just want to, go out on a positive note and say, thank you to first responders and thank you for everyone who's out there. Not even, just people in the medical field, but just people working in grocery stores and people, still working gas stations, fast food areas, restaurants, stuff like that. Thank you to
All
everyone
my
who's
essentials.
not Coke employees, never the Coke employees. But everyone else, thank you for everything you guys do.
Yeah, guys, keep on keeping on, and as always, stay sunny.
And hopefully we'll be back at you guys with a new episode soon. As we mentioned earlier, make sure to hit our Instagram so that way you can get yourself a keychain. They all came out pretty good. So
Do you have one?
Oh, I should actually give a shout out. So the artist, her channel, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll add it to the show notes. And yeah, check out her work, give her a like, and show some love.
yeah, this video or this podcast is actually going to come up on our YouTube also. So you guys will be able to finally see us in production. And I'll drop her name somewhere here. And I'll drop the Instagram. And make sure to check everyone out. Thank you, Delilah. Thank you, Christy, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and I'm seriously not making that copy ever again. That was nasty.
Stay sunny, guys.